Did it start at 9/11? When did it become okay for America to torture? How did I get to the point where I think torturing works? Did I become indoctrinated to thinking torture was okay when I wasn't looking? When did my values get so misaligned? Values are only values if we stick to them, even when they're inconvenient. It wasn't until the latest season of 24, one of my favorite TV shows, that I began to take a cold, long look at myself. I became self-aware of how much this show and others like it have shaped my own psyche on torture. "24" follows the story of Jack Bauer as he works with the United States government as it struggles against ongoing terrorist threats. By the end of every season, Jack Bauer literally saves the day. How? By any means necessary. 24 has airbrushed my values so much that I don't know what's me and what's the show anymore. Am I the only one?
The United States military is concerned about it because they've started receiving evidence that soldiers in the field have been impacted by it downrange in Iraq, utilizing techniques which they've seen on 24 and then taking them into an environment in the interrogation booth.
Here's something I'm confused about. Wasn't the original controversy focused on whether or not America does actually torture?
It is stuff did
We are America.
I agree.
I don't give a rat's ass if it helps.
I agree.
We are America. We do not fucking torture. We don't do it.
Now we're being steered to a debate of whether or not torture is effective. In Jack's world, it's effective. The enemies never give false intel to save themselves, even though many studies argue that torture does not offer valid and truthful information.
All right, I'll tell you.
In 24's latest season, we're faced with a question. If the other side doesn't play fair, why should we?
When are you people going to stop thinking everyone else is following your rules? They're not!
Did you torture Mr. Haddad? According to the definition set forth by the Geneva Convention, yes, I did. Ibrahim Haddad had targeted a bus carrying 45 people, 10 of which were children. The truth, Senator, is I stopped that attack from happening.
Even if it means breaking the law.
In answer to your question, am I above the law? No, sir. I am more than willing to be judged by the people you claim to represent. I will let them decide what price I should pay.
After staying with Jack's character for 6 seasons and watching that last clip, I thought the Senate hearing was unfair to Jack.
And I was disgusted with how you were treated. You should be regarded as a hero, not a criminal.
But it's just a show, right? How can it manipulate my real-world perceptions?
And then I remembered, oh yeah, we have seen this before.
I told you that I was going to tell it to you, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I don't know how many other witnesses have gone through the ordeal that I have before arriving here and seen their names smeared all over the newspapers. But I committed when I raised my right hand and took an oath as a midshipman that I would tell the truth, and I have done so, painful though it may be for me and for others.
In his 1987 trial, Oliver North not only lied to the Senate and the American people, but he sold arms to Nicaraguan terrorists and missiles to Iran. Now, he's a Fox News commentator. In recent years, the lines between reality, entertainment, news, and political agendas in television have blurred significantly. Rupert Murdoch himself admitted in 2003 that he used Fox to aid the Bush administration in selling the Iraq War to the American people. I find it suspicious that 24, a show that glamorizes torture as a legitimate way to gather intelligence, is owned by the same company that owns Fox News, a station that hosts many of the former White House staff of the administration that initiated the so-called enhanced interrogation methods. So, why do I enjoy 24? What does watching this show say about me? Scientific studies show our brains are more suggestible when we're watching TV. And while TV may not act like a hypodermic needle, it acts like a lotion that slowly seeps into our skin. Television has the power to manipulate audiences because we end up caring and empathizing with the protagonist. I experience what Jack experiences. Seeds are planted. Relationships are drawn. If who I am is the sum of my experiences, do the TV shows I watch become a part of me? My feelings toward torture are complicated. Even knowing that I've been influenced and manipulated by 24, I still find it difficult to revert the damage.
You know, there's a 1 in a million chance that you might be alone somewhere and you're Jack Bauer on 24. That's the Jack Bauer example, right?
1 in a million chance, huh? The ticking time bomb scenario is virtually non-existent outside the world of TV and movies. Yet I'm entangled in a schizophrenic circular argument with myself. I have to negotiate what I know to be morally wrong with this irrational fear that's permeated through those very moral fibers before it's too late.